It was a dark and stormy night, and the rain was pouring down in sheets. A young woman named Sarah was driving down a deserted road when she suddenly saw a sign for a bed and breakfast. She was on a long road trip and was in need of a place to stay for the night, so she decided to check it out. The bed and breakfast was located deep in the woods, and as she drove down the narrow road, she could see the old, decrepit house looming in the distance. Despite its creepy appearance, Sarah was desperate for a place to stay, so she pulled into the driveway and made her way to the front door. The owner of the bed and breakfast was a strange old man who told her that the house was haunted by the ghosts of a family who had been murdered there many years ago. Sarah didn't believe in ghosts, so she brushed off the old man's warning and went to her room. But as she settled into bed, she started to feel a strange presence in the room. She heard whispers and strange noises coming from the walls, and she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. Sarah tried to ignore the strange happenings and went to sleep, but she was suddenly awakened by a loud scream. She quickly got out of bed and opened the door to find the old man standing in the hallway with a haunted look in his eyes. The old man told her that the family who had been murdered in the house was seeking justice for their deaths, and that the ghostly presence was getting stronger. He warned her to leave the house immediately, but Sarah didn't believe him and refused to leave. The next morning, Sarah went for a walk in the woods to clear her head. As she was walking, she came across an old diary lying in the dirt. She opened the diary and started to read, and she was horrified to learn that the diary belonged to one of the murdered family members. The diary detailed the events leading up to the family's murder, and Sarah realized that the family's killer had never been brought to justice. She also realized that the ghostly presence she had felt in the house was the family, seeking revenge for their deaths. Sarah quickly ran back to the bed and breakfast, but when she arrived, she found that the old man and the house were both gone. In their place was a small wooden cross, marking the spot where the murdered family was buried. Sarah quickly left the woods and never looked back. But to this day, she still has nightmares about the haunted house and the murdered family who still seek justice for their deaths.